Good morning.
Good morning, Mawina. How are you?
By the grace of God, I am well. What about you?
I am better today than yesterday.
Fantastic. Today we've not had slight showers, but what are we to expect for the rest of the day and possibly what the week could look like as well?
Yes, good morning to our dear viewers and listeners. Yes, the coastal strip is free this morning. However, those in the hinterland, especially the northern region, Savannah, eastern part of Volta, western of and then those around Bono, East and Ahafo, we had a rainstorm at dawn around 1:30 thereabouts that has engulfed those areas. And it's still within that enclave, so it's producing cloudiness with slight to moderate rain with occasional thunderstorms. We expect it to shift into Côte d'Ivoire by midday, and then it will leave cloudy weather, possible late sunny hours towards the evening hours over these places. The extreme north, the upper east, upper west, northeast, we expect them to have variably cloudy conditions today. And then those in the southern portions of Volta region, Greater Accra, part of eastern into central and western region, we expect variably cloudy this morning throughout the day, and possible some showers is expected midday into some portions of the country, especially the northern portions of Greater Accra, part of eastern, central, and then western regions. So they should look out for some rain in the afternoon. Temperatures will be 33 across the entire country for this today. But then tomorrow morning, before we bring the update, we expect misty and foggy conditions over the eastern part of Volta, Ashanti, and then those around the Ahafo areas. It's likely to affect visibility, so they need to take precautions. The fisher folk, the state of the sea is still rough, though no rain and thunder clouds, but then we have some low clouds over the ocean, so they should navigate with caution.
I saw via Twitter as well. That's the X platform. You had reported of a thunderstorm, but it had reduced somewhere, and so we should be carefree and know that we don't need an umbrella today.
Yes, for those of us along the coastal strip, we don't really need umbrella, but then some areas do. Those that will be at the slightly north of the coastline, Pokwasi, Amasama, those areas, from midday into the early hours of the evening, we expect some localized rain that will form. So if you find yourself around these enclaves, Asaribuche enclaves, you need to go out with umbrella. If you know you'll get home late, then move with a small umbrella. So wherever you are, you can protect yourself with it.
Right then, Felicity, as always, thank you very much for bringing us the weather updates this morning.
You're most welcome. Do have a great day.
Same to you as well, Felicity Ahafia, and you're bringing us the very latest in terms of what we can look out for the weather on a Monday morning, the 29th of September 2025. Let me say good morning to Helena Piampofu as well.
How are we doing?
I wish I could have slept longer, I'll be very honest.
Don't even get me started.
Because I can tell from your face you wish you go a few more in terms of the hours in the belt.
The hours, the day, everything. I don't know if there's some kind of bug or flu or whatever going around. Everyone's been sniffling a little bit since Thursday, Friday. So I'm still trying to shake.
You're still trying to shake you also. I have a morning one where every morning I have to sneeze somewhat. Every morning.
Yes.
And I wake up with a bit of a blocked nose, but it
that means somebody's dreaming about you.
That's what it means?
Yes.
When you wake up with a blocked nose.
It means you're sharing your nostrils with somebody else. You are the air that they breathe.
Yeah.
Now, but I'm giving you the scientific breakdown.
That's such an extreme.
This is a scientific breakdown of what is happening.
Means I'm sharing my nose with somebody.
Yes. Is it Chris Brown Jordan's I can't breathe in the no air. So whoever has been dreaming about you, who says you are the oxygen I breathe. Tell them I beg you. I need
release the nose for me. Release.
I would like to breathe.
But how's the weekend been?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Run a few errands, but I tried to rest and relax. But yesterday, for whatever reason, I think I exposed my chest to some more cold. So
you don't do so well with the cold
at all. I don't have the strongest respiratory system. I catch colds and coughs so easy. As soon as I see somebody sneezing, I say, you just take my destiny, because that's going to be me. I'll catch it right now. So whoever is thinking of me, release my
release the right one for you.
Release it so that I can breathe. But a lot happened over the weekend. I know Sarkodie had his iconic, what they call it, Rapaholic
homecoming
in Kumasi. Yeah, and I guess the patrons said, come rain or come shine or come hailstone, come brimstone, come. They were in there.
It was nice to see. They weathered the storm and were.
And they were in there. So it was good to see. Lots of people, I think, had a good time. I still stand by the fact that Sarkodie is the greatest rapper, I think, in Africa. Easily. Hands down. I think there's no competition. There's one other rapper I like in South Africa, Nasty C.
Nasty C, yeah.
He's very talented.
I had him in mind when you said he's
okay. You know, they had some small beef, Sarkodie and Nasty C sometime. Was it last year or the year before? Because
really? Then I must have not been paying attention.
Sarkodie said that Nasty C must have walked into a certain venue and didn't greet him. Nasty C said, don't you remember I tried to talk to you back in the day?
I recall
you were flexing me.
I recall that. Yeah, but I think it kind of wore off.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that it wore off, but nobody's really talking about that anymore. No. I mean, but yeah, Sarkodie is good.
Yeah.
I mean, he was one of my favorites back in SHS.
He's no longer a favorite?
Well, he still is, but I'll put. I just think.
You like somebody who likes Lyrical Joe?
No, I don't enjoy his music.
Oh.
I'm just being honest. It sounds so blunt, but yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I still love Sarkodie. I'll be 100% with you. I'll be a liar if I said I don't like Sarkodie's music. Okay. I mean, I'll be a liar.
And, hits after hits,
and I'm not one actually. So yeah, he's still one of my favorite acts. Sarkodie, in terms of rap, I'll mention Manifest. I'll mention. I don't do so much rap music. I'll be very honest.
But you like the Wallaces and the AIs, that kind of vibe.
I have a funny way of listening to music actually, and so one person I can outrightly say I love. Stonebwoy. I mean, if you have my contact,
the Shatter fans are not going to be happy with you.
Yeah, they
BIM Nation for life.
Absolutely, it's been since my childhood. Actually, if you go onto my WhatsApp, I've had his picture on my WhatsApp status for over 8 years. It's never changed.
The love is deep.
Yeah. Actually,
if Iyoko go touch wood, God forbid, go and pick him up today, you mess up.
I will not. My love for him doesn't get me on the street. I'll be very honest. My love. I love him. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that.
Okay.
I really, really do love Stonebwoy and his music. I love Sarkodie. I actually love Shatta Wale, to be very honest with you. But I mean, I'll pick Stonebwoy over Shatta Wale. Yeah, any day. I love Manifest, AI, or now we call him AEC.
AEC, of course.
Black
I love the music.
Kwesi. So I really, if you do good music, I just enjoy it. But if there's somebody that I can wholeheartedly say, I'm gonna put it all out for, that's Stonebwoy without a shred of doubt. I'll be very, very honest.
Interesting. We've started off on a musical note, but it's a glorious Monday morning. A lot for us to discuss. Very shortly, I think the papers should be trickling in, and then we can get into what the front pages have in store for us. I don't know if we have a tilapia moment of the morning, but we can also certainly be getting into that as well. We've got a lot on the menu also this morning.
There is a tilapia moment. US lifts visa restrictions on Ghana. 5-year multiple entry. Welcome back, as you say in Ghana, Akwaba or Bake. 5 years, that's more like it. I mean, a lot of people, I think over the weekend as well, that's when we woke up to the realization that we had struck gold, if we can call it that, in terms of a reversal in what used to be for visa applications with the US. A lot of people are drawing parallels to, or linkages actually, to
the saga of the deportees.
Absolutely.
They're claiming that that's the reason why this juicy deal is now, I suppose, back on the table. But we were told that we did that in solidarity,
humanitarian basis.
Pan-African solidarity. So how this came about, well, I don't quite know, but a lot of people are actually very excited about that, that this visa restriction has been lifted.
Someone says if all ministers are being slapped, you receive Okudjeto's slap.
I saw that.
You receive Okudjeto's slap for this singular act.
I saw that. But you know, the US, and shall I say Trump, has been making some reversals on certain decisions, certain visa restrictions over the last, in fact, few weeks. So we're not too unique. About a week ago, President Trump had banned or gave persons on what they call the H-1 visa 24 hours to return to the US or pay $100,000 US.
He's reversed that as well.
And that was supposed, initially woke up, he said it was for only first-time applicants. Then 24 hours later, I said it's for all of you on the H-1 visa. Then a week later, he said, okay, now it's only for first-time applicants. So,
because, I mean, you step out.
It says return in 24 hours.
Return in 24
or bring
hours,
100,000. And how many companies are going to be able to afford that, to pay that on your behalf?
So it's going to be difficult.
Let's hope that with this particular decision, we don't see that back and forth U-turn that we've seen with other visa
with the
issues.
Perception that this is grounded firmly in something that we did for them. I don't think we'll have that. We'll have to look over our shoulders as to whether or not this will be reversed. It is back and back for good, hopefully.
And some people will say, oh, good. If we bring more deportees, will they give us 10 years? Shame. Okay, shame on you. Those of you, I monitored. I saw those of you who were saying, okay, like bring more. Say, hey, about a week ago, you wanted to know the ins and outs. You wanted to, how's the process now? You're saying,
now
okay,
you're realizing, maybe something else could come out of it, and so we should bring a lot more. But anyways, a lot as well has been happening on the political front. Kennedy Japan's campaign team, they're asking for the party to sanction Chairman Wontumi and Abronye because of certain comments they made which sought to suggest a planned attempt to rake the January 31 primary for a particular candidate. You know, for the NPP, they are building up to that primary, but
that's right.
It looks like, I don't want to say all is not well, but there hasn't been a lot of calm.
All is not well. Man, I don't know how else to say it. It does not appear that all is well at all.
I'm being charitable with my words in terms of all not being calm on that frontage as well.
What's going to happen after 1st January 2026 when they all have to rally behind one particular candidate? And Brian Champon says, expect a lot more those bars to come. I'm thinking, goodness gracious, this is if it was warming up, now it's heating up. Now it's probably at the boiling point.
And realistically, they're not doing themselves a lot of favor, if we're being honest, in terms of how the campaign has gone and the animosity which has characterized the process. We know that Owusu Bempa, he's been referred to the disciplinary committee.
He
says it's because of his support for Kennedy Japan. That's why the campaign team actually is also asking that Chairman Wontumi and Abronye also be referred, so that it doesn't come off as though you are targeting just a particular side.
Yeah.
Because they have outrightly thrown their support for Dr. Bawumia, and now they are making claims to suggest that, because I saw that video where Chairman Wontumi was telling some delegates that they purposely retained them so that they can vote for.
That's right.
The candidature of Dr. Bawumia again, that will raise a lot of concerns and questions as well. But these and more in terms of the development over the weekend. We wait to see what the papers will be reporting as well, so that we get into that for you shortly as well.
I'm looking at the online news portals because I think another issue that had been raised, I suppose, is closely tied to this comment by Chairman Untumi about the voters register. Whether or not this voters register is fit for purpose, and all this chat about top-bottom approach. That's been the allegation.
Yeah.
And the reason why the party is embarking on this journey to elect a flag bearer in January 2026 is because you'll have the same, crop of delegates who have already seemingly thrown their weight behind Dr. Bawumia in previous times and would appear to still be throwing their weight behind him. Now, Solomon Owusu, senior communicator, Movement for Change, formerly of the NPP, says that even the register, the NPP's delegates register, has to be closely looked at because it's got all sorts of irregularities and people who shouldn't be on there. So I wonder if that's something also the Ken Ejapon team is raising as an issue, something we can certainly get into. But the campaign is heating on. Ken Ejapon's tagline is "Get Connected." Get connected. I don't know if you want to get connected. We should put up a poll on our X page, and we most likely will.
People want to get connected.
Whether people want to get connected and who they think is the front runner at this point. I think if you closely monitor the competition, it appears that it's very close between, and this is just from what you hear on the ground, because if you listen to Global Info Analytics, Musa Dankwa,
who actually has, I've just received a message from him in terms of polling, a new tracking.
Fantastic. What is he saying?
Majority of voters prefer Dr. Bawumia to lead the NPP in the 2028 elections. The poll suggests 57% of voters prefer DMB, while 29% prefer Kennedy Ohini.
Wait, how much prefer DMB?
57%. That's the majority of voters, and not
This
delegates.
This is not delegates.
This is not delegates.
Okay.
I'm actually just trying to, because I just got the message. I'm trying to see if I can get into it to get a bit more in terms of the whether or not there's something in relation to delegate. However, among the NPP delegate, Dr. Bawumia has maintained his lead over his closest challenger, Kennedy Ejapon. The poll shows Bawumia with 47%, Kennedy Ejapon with 17%. Dr. Champong 3%. That's Brian Champong, by the way. Dr. Yosei Ruchum 1%, and Kwabene Ejapon 1%. 4% of the delegates declined to disclose their choices, while 27% are undecided. So Dr. Bawumia is leading even among the delegates with 47%.
Well, you might say that, but I remember listening to Musa Dankwa, again of Global Info Analytics, and I'm sure he'll be able to furnish us with this correction if need be, that where people say they are undecided, they are most likely going to the Ken camp, or that that they are not too sure. I don't know what the correlation is between not wanting to say where you are aligned to and being aligned with the Get Connected team, why they don't want to come out and say it. But I'm sure we can also get a bit deeper into that. So on the surface, it might look like, okay, DMB really has the votes, 42% vis-a-vis the Get Connected team at 17%. But if you look at those who are undecided and also undisclosed, whatever the reasoning is, Musa Dankwa says that those guys might actually be swinging towards the Get Connected team. When you add those numbers, then we truly have a race on our hands. But Brian Champon has, 3%?
Yeah.
Okay. He has been throwing his jabs. He says the Eastern Region MPs, the 15 or some of the 15 who were told are throwing massive support behind Dr. Bawumia. He says they called him on the back end. I don't know whether that is competition tactics. When you infiltrate your opponent's mind, make them think that, hey, these guys came to support me. Is it true that they called Dr. Brian Champon behind the scenes to tell them, hey, don't mind the press?
I have seen a video of one man who was speaking at a function, and urging the delegates to vote for Dr. Baumia. And then in some days later, is in a video urging
I think
delegates.
Sixus mentioned 4 days later, he had jumped ship.
So Sixus has already has also seen that video as well. So I saw that. I mean, it's a tricky situation to be in, and you never can tell whether or not you're winning, but obviously the poll suggests. But there's another bit about the poll on the NDC, which perhaps might be of interest to you.
Yes.
That in the race for who becomes flag bearer of the NDC, you want to guess who's in the lead?
I am going to hazard a guess and say it is Chief of Staff Julius Deborah.
You're certainly wrong.
General Mosquito. That's the General Secretary.
He's actually second.
The chairman. He's second. Oh, okay. Then let me guess. Number one is going to be Honorable Haruna Idrisu.
Absolutely. He's actually from this latest poll by Global Info Analytics, he's leading the pack with 30%, Asiedu Nketia 24%, Ato Forsen 18%, and then Julius Zebra 10%, Okujetu Ablakwa 8%, Eric Opoku, who's a Greek minister, 2%, Joshua Alabi 2%, Amakofibwa 2%, Kwame Iwadaku 2%, and Spio Gabra 1%, and Okovandapo 0% as well.
Very interesting. We're talking about the elections, upcoming elections, a bit too speedily for my own liking.
I mean, yeah,
a bit too speedily.
I as well
for my own liking.
Appreciate that, because we need to have there needs to be time where it is purely issues of governance and the development of this country. But nothing stops a pollster from gauging opinions in terms of what voting intentions are. But I mean,
especially where it's just following the discourse that's on the ground. These conversations are already there. I don't think Global Info Analytics sparked it.
Absolutely.
And really, it's a new patriotic party that I think has also gotten this discourse even more lively because of that decision to head to their flag bearer polls January 2026. A lot of critiques still aimed at that decision. There's some seeming eagerness, and I think if I were doing some party comms advice, I know you haven't asked me, so I will mind my business. But give it anyway. Give it freely. I would opt for the December 2026 dates. I would rather opt for that. I would change tactics. I would just lay in wait. If it is your desire to score political points by awaiting a juicy scandal by the current administration, you lay in wait. It's like being in the jungle. You watch your prey, you lay in wait quiet, silently. They don't see you coming, and then you pounce. But I mean,
they say when they finish January 31, then they'll rally behind one candidate and head towards the 2028 polls.
We'll be here.
I've heard that explanation from the General Secretary. I've heard it from one of the leading figures in the Baumia camp, who was former STC boss, Nana Komia as well, speak to it and suggest that, look, it's the best bet for them. Otherwise, if they leave it too close to the end, what we are seeing could play out so close to the election, and they might not stand a good chance. But 3 years down the line is good enough time to be able to mend whatever cracks will come up, and then they'll be able to. But let's go through the online portals. I think you started, but I'll start off with 3news.com, where they are leading with Kotoko urging past Kwara. Surprisingly, I expected a draw in that game, but they ended up winning. But we see also Acting Chief Justice discusses size and jurisdiction of Ghana's Supreme Court and other superior courts with Constitutional Review Commission. Kenny Japan tells students to embrace vision, courage, integrity, and humility. Reversal of U.S. visa restrictions, ignore the conspiracy theorists and scaremongers. I'll do my joinline.com as well. Imani demands ruthless audit as forensic report exposes gold for oil scandal. Also, finally on City Newsroom, deal ruthlessly with Galamsey, land minister to Naimos. Those are in terms of the review of the online portals, what we have this morning as well, Helen.
So quite similar to some of the stories that we have discussed. Kenya Japan's campaign demands sanctions against Wontumi Abronye over anti-party sentiments. Akufo-Addo appointees were his own enemies who caused his downfall. NPP third vice chair speaking there. NPP primaries. Dr. Bawumia begins tour of the central region. Again, still with the NPP. NPP distances itself from statements by Wontumi and Abronye. Some sports news there for those of you who are keenly following the GPL.
GPL. But yesterday, the UDS guys as well did the country a lot of honors in terms of winning the World University Games. I don't know if it's a World Cup for universities.
Interesting. Yeah. Where did it take place?
It happened in China, and the wonderful thing is they were debutants in the tournament actually, first time round. And so someone tried to explain what it meant, like when they said they were debutants. So recall when the Black Stars made it to the 2006 World Cup. So that's a similar situation for the UDS, a University of.
That's very exciting.
They entered the tournament for the first time and went all the way to win it actually. And the winning goal was a thing of beauty, corner kick to goal.
Oh, straight into the goalpost.
In the last minute of extra time. Actually, so they considered very early in the first half. They equalize in the dying embers of regulation time. That's 90 plus. So they added 5 more minutes and they equalized 90 plus 3. Then we went into extra time, 30 minutes. Then 120 plus 1. We got a corner kick and corner
straight into that. Commiserations to the other team, but fantastic. What is this? University something? Is it a popular tournament?
Well, they made it popular amongst us because a lot of us actually, I didn't know about a tournament like that, I'll be very honest.
I see. Neither did I.
They did fantastic in terms of their output. They were unbeaten actually. They went throughout the entire competition without losing a game. That's how wonderful. I'm sure we'll get a bit more in terms of the details. But I've seen people say they should not return to Ghana without securing teams for themselves.
Step by step, day by day. They should come and let's congratulate them first.
It's true.
Okay, if you're watching us on Facebook, that's
wow. So FISU Games, FISU University World Cup football.
Okay.
Debutants enter the tournament for the very first time, never lose a game, go through it. I think in the semi-finals, I can't recall, we played against Spain. We beat them via penalties. It was a university in Spain. We beat them via penalties, and then we got into the finals. And I mean, just in the manner in which we won it, having to equalize last minutes of regulation time.
Well done
and then
to UDS.
We win it. And they train on a regular park. They don't have a stadium for themselves, amongst many other things. They've done fantastic.
I wonder what the cash prize is. I'm going to look into that. It looks like I have a friend in this team because I know they gave I know they gave them something juicy. UDS, you've made us proud. We'll be getting, I'm sure, more of this from the sports team.
Yeah, the sports team will come through and bring us a lot more in terms of what has happened there. But there was also GPL football as well. Not a great weekend for a lot of football teams.
What's your team in the Ghana Premier League?
I'm a Hearts of Oak Hohwe United.
Okay.
Hearts of Oak won.
Okay.
We won by a goal to nil. I think Hohwe, either we drew or we might have lost. I have to just
up your game. Up there, Bobby Teddy. Up there, everything, the banku, everything to give you that vim that you need. Rise.
Yeah, I think. Let me just check and be sure. Heart of Lions. No. So I'm not sure we played just as yet. We've played just as yet. But I'll get the results and then I'll share. But yeah, and also for those of us who have other affiliations to football teams outside of Ghana, it wasn't a great weekend for a lot of teams. United lost, Liverpool lost, Chelsea lost, Madrid lost. And yeah, it wasn't a great weekend.
Commiserations to all those supporters. Let's get back onto the online portals. IMF begins 5th program review of Ghana today. Now, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, will today, September 29th, begin its 5th review of Ghana's performance under the fund program. Now, the fund, led by Mission Chief Stefan Rude, arrived in Accra over the weekend. The team will be in the country for 2 weeks, engaging the technical staff of the Ministry of Finance and the Bank of Ghana. They will also meet the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, and the Minister of Finance, Dr. Ato Forson. We'll be finding out if he is still indeed forcing. Well,
I mean, it's stabilized. It's stabilized at 12.
Ato is for stabilizing. Sources indicate that unresolved arrears clearance issues could be a key focus, and government is yet to finalize its audit on how much was spent on construction and projects last year. Concerns are also expected about whether the Bank of Ghana's recent policy rate cuts are adequate given the sharp fall in inflation, as well as questions on its reserve buildup and dollar interventions. This review is the penultimate one before Ghana concludes the IMF program in May 2026. The final review is scheduled for April 2026. Analysts describe the current review as crucial, warning that Ghana may struggle to maintain fiscal discipline once the program ends. Some donor partners are therefore pushing for shock absorbers to ensure stability beyond the program. Government insists there is no cause for alarm. It maintains that measures are already in place to ensure markets of disciplined expenditure after the IMF exit. If Ghana passes the review, it is expected to receive about $360 million in October of this year. So just next month, we should get that injection into our fiscal space.
That's more forex for us.
More forex for us, indeed.
Stabilization.
Now, the country has so far received about $2.3 billion since signing the program. Now, the review will assess Ghana's economic data up until June 2025. Discussions will focus on inflation trends, reserve sustainability, arrears audit, weak private banks requiring recapitalization, the state of state-owned banks, revenue shortfalls, arrear buildups in statutory funds, and gaps in social spending. So a lot is going to be happening. From today, the IMF will be conducting this exercise. So I'm sure we'll have a lot of takeaways to really sink our teeth into. We'll be getting that health check or that health report on how well we're doing. And the time is fast approaching. By May next year, we should ideally be exiting. And from this story, you can tell there's some apprehension.
Where do you stand, though, when some say that there's a cause for concern about us exiting, and almost always when we exit,
we find ourselves in trouble.
So perhaps we should stay just an extra year or two so that things can really stabilize before we exit.
Because that's happened in the past. The last administration, when they came, extended that time, didn't they?
After which we went back into the capital market. We were already in the capital market before exiting, though I have to be honest on that front.
I'll be very curious to find out if this administration will chart that path, or if
they don't seem keen on it.
If they will be confident enough in their own interventions, because I feel as though is it an indictment on one's capabilities if you
on your economic management. If
it's like I need big brother to be here with a cane behind me, but also if so far it has ensured that fiscal discipline. That's a good question. I'm not too sure how I feel about it.
It's one of the things some of the economists might want to speak to. But the government will be weighing the option as well. What I know for certain is they are not really keen on that, on an extension. There's a lot of confidence in homegrown policies, a lot of confidence in the work that the finance minister is doing in terms of the audits that have come through issue, amongst many other things, which they are seeking to audit a lot of payment, audit a lot of the financials as well in terms of payments that have to go on in our books. That's why contractors were not paid up to a certain point, and then we heard that now they've cleared a chunk and so money was readily available. I think when he did his media budget review as well, he revealed there was in excess of some 4 billion cedis, which there were no certificates or no work done, and so we're not going to pay such amount as well. And so that gives a certain level of confidence to the government in terms of the work that is being done. On the other front as well, in terms of the economic management, we've seen as a result of the cedi's overperformance, we've lost revenue in other areas as well. Say our oil revenue in terms of the cedi terms, we're not seeing it come up to that extent. And so overall, there is a certain level of confidence on the part of the government that they can be able to do it and do it without the IMF, but it remains to be seen. I mean, what do they say? Talk is always cheap. It remains to be seen.
Because the World Bank has actually waded into this conversation now. The World Bank has advised Ghana to be intentional and bold about breaking away from its repeated reliance on the International Monetary Fund (IMF) loan supported programs. Some might even say 18, depending on who you ask. Well, experts have acknowledged the efficacy of IMF supported programs, but argue that it is short-term orientation. Its short-term orientation does not meet the sustainable macroeconomic stability needs of Ghana. All eyes certainly on government at this point. But the papers, the dailies, they're here, hot, fresh, ready for us to get into.
There's one headline I want to read so badly.
Okay, let's go.
This on the Daily Gist. It says, "Asiedu thank you to attend to campaign promises." I mean,
what did he say? I saw a lot of people weighing in on this thank you tour, that why is he leading a thank you tour? Is it just a way of him now also, showing us that he's ready to also, I mean,
well, now
he
we
said
know that
you.
he's in the running based on the polls that we've seen. But the thank you tour, they say it's turned into campaign promises. I'll try and get brief details of that. NPP moves to quell internal rifts. That's the story we're talking about. The Abronye, and then Chairman Wuntumi commentary, which has resulted in concerns from separate quarters. OSP blows 143 million cedis to recover 2.8 million in 2024. Ban Galamsey now. Christian Council tells Mahama. U.S. lifts visa restrictions on Ghana after deportee deal. I'm not sure that's the reason, but that's how they've captured it.
What paper is that?
That's a Daily Gist.
Because the News Center newspaper as well, I'm thinking, is your headline misleading, or are you leading us somewhere? They also say U.S. lifts visa restrictions as Ghana accepts deportees. What is the connection, News Center? Maybe we can get into that in some detail.
And then Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa again comes with an exclamation mark. Malawi's new vice president married to Ghanaian pastor.
Hey.
Maybe you want to do, or I should finish what I have here.
Yes.
Daily Democrats, PTA crucial for education. Haruna Idrisu, Lands Minister, orders ruthless crackdown on illegal miners. He's been speaking to NIMOS. GSA, Ghana Stock Exchange, holds stakeholders meeting. Jakpa fights Godfred Dame for the truth, petition CID for prosecution. That's from last week. Trasako assures stability in ongoing Temalan dispute, and KGL boss champions public-private partnerships for growth. The last one I have here, the Daily Post. Legal Green Association applauds President bold stand on Gaza genocide. I don't know what group that is. VRA explores plan to transform Akosombo Dam into power battery reserve. And then U.S. visa restriction imposed on Ghana, reverse Ablakwa, ignore conspiracy theories and scaremongers, claims about USA's removal of visa restrictions on Ghana, says Minister. Those are the stories I have.
All right, let me take you to the News Center newspaper. The front page has this to say: data shows Galamsey worsened under the NDC government. That's coming from Dennis Miracles Abuaji. What is his designation? I know he's part of the Get Bawumia team. That's the tagline I've given them. We have Get Connected. So Get Bawumia. He's, I suppose, a spokesperson for the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 2026 flag bearer campaign team. MTN cut sought for 9.7 million Ghana cedis digital hub for UDS. Denmark margins deepen ties for stronger partnership in Africa's digital drive. The Today newspaper. No partisan politics allow media to work. Kufuor advocates for Pan-African Media Network to retell Africa's story. You've got former President Kufuor on the front page here. And SHS placement bribery allegation unfounded. That's coming from the GES. Full story captured on page 3. Let's go to the Republic Press. You've got to say that one slowly. Republic Press. Wontumi drops bombshell, alleges delegates were maintained to favor Bawumia. That's that video that many of you have cited. I saw that on X. The full details are captured on page 3 of the paper. But MPP washes hands of this claim. Fresh gamble in Galamsey fights. Government declares forest, rivers, security zones. We spent some time speaking about Galamsey last year, seeking to unravel what the distinction is between calling for a state of emergency and declaring these areas as security zones. But we keep the steam alive on the issue of Galamsey because it's very dear to our hearts. Takrade Technical Institute student jailed for stabbing teacher. Unfortunate one there. Collapse National Placement Resolution Center. GNA Corps boss urges GES. Agboboloshi traders reject report linking food crops to mercury contamination. I'd like to see their counter findings. And finally, I've got the Custodian newspaper. Stop reckless marriages and giving birth by heart. Islamic cleric was just stop reckless marriages and giving birth by heart. Okay, if you're interested, you'll find the full details on page 2. Build global business giants in Africa. KGL boss to African leaders. Ghanaians now drink Galamsey polluted water. Miracles Abuaji decries. I don't think it's now. We didn't start drinking the Galamsey polluted water now. But there's full details on page 3. NPP promises free fair presidential primary, and Denmark margins build alliance in Africa's digital drive. There's more of that on the back page of that newspaper.
And let me get into the Esirun Ketia thank you to attends to campaign promises. And the story is by Daniel Bampo. He says that it was an afternoon of promises, reminders, and political reassurances as the chairman of the NDC, Johnson Esirun Ketia, stormed Suhum on his thank you tour. But while the event was meant to celebrate the NDC's 2024 electoral victory, it quickly turned into a catalogue of campaign pledges waiting to be fulfilled. At the E.L. Nyako Pentecost Church Auditorium, party executives, traditional authorities, and religious leaders all lined up with their wish lists, from jobs in the security services to new schools, a hospital unit, a hearse for the Muslim community, and even a manufacturing factory. The demands stacked up like unpaid bills from the campaign season. The wish list, gets constituency chairman Richard Jifa Afasi opened the floodgate, reminding the national chair of commitment made in 2024. Now, faced with the mountain list, Esirun Ketia, who is lacing his shoes to run for the NDC, they've been conclusive in this story by the Dailies. He says he's lacing his shoes to run for the NDC presidential race, along with equally competent people like the Chief of Staff, Julius Zebra, who incidentally comes from the municipality, adopted the voice of reason, telling the crowd to be patient. He assured them that the president, John Mahama, had not forgotten Suhum and that the promises were not empty. That's what we have in terms of thank you to attend to campaign promises. What do you have?
All right, the Republic Press had this one on the front page. For those of you who haven't seen that video, Muntumi drops a bombshell, alleges delegates were maintained to favor Bawumia. Now, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, Bernard Entry Bosiako, also known as Chairman Muntumi, has made a startling claim about the party's current internal dynamics, alleging that the party's executives have strategically repeated all delegates for the January 31, 2026 presidential primary in favor of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's flag bearer bid. In a recent conversation with some party members, Chairman Muntumi urged delegates to support Dr. Bawumia ahead of the internal elections, drawing historical comparisons to former President John Agyekum Kufuor's journey to power. NPP chairman's bombshell. Muntumi alleges favoritism towards Bawumia. Muntumi cited the example of delegates from 1996 being maintained to vote in 1998 for then candidate Kufuor, suggesting that similar orchestration is happening in the party's current dynamics. Observers have indeed warned about the implication of Chairman Muntumi's comments on party unity, emphasizing that the NPP's internal dynamics and favoritism allegations could lead to divisions within the party. The 5 presidential aspirants vying for the party's flag bearer slot are, you know who they are, but we can go through it quickly. You've got former Vice President Dr. Bawumia, Kennedy Ohene Japan, former NP for Asin Central, Dr. Brian Chambon, MP for Abetifi, former Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, former Minister of Education. Then you've got Engineer Kwabena Eje Ajapon, former NPP General Secretary. How did Engineer Ejapon fare in that poll? Did he even feature? Let's take a look. He
features, but
did he get 1%?
It's not looking so great for him. Let me just go through that quickly.
I think 3% or so. I could be wrong. Let's see.
Yeah, 3%. Engineer Kwabena Ejapon, 3%. 3%. You're actually spot on in terms of what it is that he's getting.
All right. Interesting one there. I'm sure we'll be getting more sound bites as the days.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be a calm in the storm any time soon for the NPP in terms of how things are faring. I'll be very honest. Because once national executives, they are members of the National Executive Committee, both Abronye and then Chairman Muntumi, once they make comments like these, you don't expect the others to be confident of the fact that all is fair. Despite the party's insistence that, because persons have suggested that why didn't we change delegates from the bottom all the way up before we decide who will lead the party. Then, with that not really settled, someone comes, and not just anybody. Chairman Muntumi, who at the last time of checking is vying to be a chairman of the party nationally as well, comes up and says, well, we didn't change anything because we want you to be there and vote for.
He says, like we did in 1996 for President Kufuor, we want the same thing to happen. Well, we keep a keen eye out on
and
that.
So that doesn't give the others a lot of confidence. But hey, let's see. The party has disassociated itself from the comments.
That's right.
Some are not happy. They say they require a lot more than just that. The Kennedy Japan team say you have to sanction them.
That's right.
And we wait to see if that becomes the option for the NPP as well. But I see you have another story.
Yes, this one piqued my interest. Also on the Republic Press, Agbogloshi traders reject reports linking food crops to mercury contamination. Again, last week we got into...
They rejected it?
That's why I want to see what the... evidential findings are maybe they also sent a team to do some counter investigations. So let's get into it now. Traders at the Agbogboloshi market in Accra have rejected findings from a recent study by the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, and UK-based NGO Africa Pure Earth, which linked food crops to mercury and heavy metal contamination in mining areas. Now, the report revealed that staple items such as contumely, tomatoes, coconuts, and other vegetables from 6 mining affected regions, that's Western, Eastern, Ashanti, Central, and Savannah, were at risk of contamination from illegal mining activities. Now, while the study has sparked widespread concern over food safety, traders insist the claims are unfounded and harmful to their livelihoods. I'm quoting here. If contumely is contaminated by Galamsey, what about cassava? The report is completely false and it's affecting our business badly, lamented trader Mavis Mele. Vendors of leafy vegetables such as cabbage, lettuce also dismissed the findings, arguing that their cultivation practices make contamination impossible. There's no way cabbage or other vegetables could absorb polluted water. If that were the case, they wouldn't survive at all, said greengrocer Rebecca Kufuor. Some customers echoed the trader's view, saying the produce looked fresh and safe. A shopper, Linda, noted that washing vegetables properly before cooking was enough to make them safe for consumption. Health experts, however, caution that the risks are real and often invisible. Medical practitioner Dr. Arab warned that crops exposed to mercury and other heavy metals may appear fresh but still pose serious dangers, including cancer, cardiovascular disease, and neurological damage. She stressed that once such harm occurs, it is irreversible. So the traders did not come together to conduct any other report or go in the soil and go and check and find out. They just said, no, the vegetables look fresh and juicy, ready for consumption. If you cook it, nothing will happen to you. So for them, all of this talk about mercury and lead and all of that,
I think it comes from a place where we're used to seeing the things that will kill you a bit more physically. So
like the weevils and everything.
Exactly.
We're in pure denial.
Absolutely.
We are in pure denial. Because if we really accept that what we're eating is killing us, then we would be in a state of absolute despair. I just see this as a coping mechanism because scientists have gone in the soil. And listen, I have accepted that every day I'm possibly consuming some level of, because there's
absolutely no way you can tell.
Just by looking at it, they say, oh, it looks fresh, and you can't tell.
You can't tell. I mean, you can't tell. And so that's a difficulty that we have to live with. And even as we are raising concerns, I don't know if you saw a video on social media of a Galamsey cooking plantain at one of the Galamsey pits in a Chanfan.
What?
Yeah, there's a video like that on social media. And I was asking myself, even as we are in Accra and were concerned about heavy metal contamination of our food, you're directly dipping the water and everything is dipped his plantain in it because a chamfan, because his boy is hot, and so he's put some water there and he's boiled plantain. And I mean, that was everybody in their hustle. But anyways, Helen, thank you very much for helping us do the news review this morning here on the 3FM Sunrise.
Baby.
7:26. Also live here on the 3FM Sunrise. And all the Shatawale people, this is an appeasement of some sort. This is one of my favorite songs back in GIG. But let's go for these quick spots of commercials. When we return, we can have your voice be heard as well on Community Voices. We're live here on Sunrise. Let's go for these quick spots of commercials and hear from you.
luckiest everywhere.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's smart we love. Or your community could win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together. Because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly. Not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM. The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM. Sunrise on 3FM. The best in the morning.
Time now to hear from you. Let's get straight onto the phone lines. They're beeping red hot. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawena Egbeta.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling us from, where I trust that you're well.
Oh, not bad at all. And I thank my Heavenly Father for making it possible for me to be accounted among the living today. Eben from Kwabenya.
Eben, let's hear from you quickly, please.
Thank you. My greetings to Ellen. He's part of the Yi family.
Yes.
You see, my brother, anyway, let me say good morning to Honorable Courage Makafuni Meseku. His human job has spread everywhere, and nothing can do to us to sabotage the man. He's really doing a human job. Also, Honorable Peter Kwesi, Deputy Chief Executive Semashi here. Greetings to him, and Honorable Agbo of Dailies. You see, my brother, it's too early. I'll plead with Musa Dankwa. For me, I respect him a lot, and when it comes to, predicting here and there, it does fulfill and does come to pass. But you see, in Ghana, I think it's high time we need to allow what a party or a government voted into power to proceed. At least for 1 year to election, these predictions here and there, posters,
But Musa has said one thing, that if you don't want him to predict, look away, because he's in his business of predicting. He's going to predict, and he's just doing his polling.
You know something? When it happens like that, it distracts the attention of the government. That is why I'm saying it. Because you see, government is barely voted into power 8 months now. Instead of us to focus about the government, you see, they should predict about what a year or two business will be flourishing here and there.
Oh, he doesn't predict. He doesn't predict business. He doesn't predict what business will look like. He's a pollster, a political pollster.
You are getting what I'm saying. See, we need to. This country, we are way back when it comes to development. And the way that we have a president who is experienced and thinking of leaving a better good legacy, I think we all need to rally behind him. Especially look at what Galamsey has done.
Right. Eben, I get your point. I thank you as well for calling. Let me try and have somebody else as well join us on the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Brother Mawina.
Yes, sir. Trust that you're well.
Yes, as usual.
Fantastic. Let's hear from you.
Greetings to Lady Helen.
Yes.
She's the only female among you, the men.
Yeah.
Anytime she speaks, in fact, the blending becomes perfect. You hear that feminine voice, like Songs of Solomon. That's really Songs of Solomon. A very beautiful book. One day I'll give you the summary of it. Very, very beautiful book. My brother, that's just by the way. Let me say good morning to the entire dwellers of Iron City. This is a community which is, sometimes you are not careful, it falls within two voting constituency. Partially Gan South, partially Wutu Senya East or Kaswa. So part of the Wutu Senya East Kaswa, in fact, they've gotten a health center, Iron City Health Center. which got its 1 year celebration last week Saturday, and by the grace of God, I happen to be the MC. And in fact, it is our community project. So I'm urging every dwellers in Iron City that don't look too far. Start it from the health center. It have come to stay, and they are ready to give us 24-hour service or economy. And the MC, Honorable Seth Banini Oklu, also promised that this week he will bring men in uniform so that the place will be well secured. This is the same place that we have our community market, our community 1 million one project toilet facility. And according to the MC, Honorable MC for Kutu Sanya is Honorable Banini, in fact, everything will be perfectly completed and we will have value for our taxation or our money as a community. My brother, and also I will send you to another community. When you go to Kaswa, the main terminal bus, the place is becoming too filthy. When I complain about the lorry fare, a portion of it, the following day when I made my checks, it was reduced. So thank you for that. But secondly, the place is becoming too filthy. And this morning, by the grace of God, in fact, I will get to the secretariat, especially weekends. And most sellers, most food vendors also ply their trade, and people just buy and eat. We must be safe as we become travelers or passengers on board or pedestrians. And my brother, concerning this food adulteration, maybe find a whole day because most of our food have already been adulterated. We don't have the originality. So FDA has a great tax. We should not just be listening to what we see. And agriculturalists told me that even when you buy the greens from the market, when you see too much holes in it, it is no more healthy. When you see too much holes, maybe that you the consumer. Once there are too many holes in it, it's no more hygienic for consumption. This was an agriculture one told me. I am not one. I know the experts are listening. They can educate us better. Have a blessed morning.
Thank you very much as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Fine morning.
You have to do a very good job of reducing the volume of your radio set for me, please. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah,
fine. Turn down the volume of your radio set so that we can hear from you, please.
Yeah, fine you.
Hanaishi. Hanaya still.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, much better.
Fantastic
Let's hear from you.
From Ghana.
Thank you very much.
Greeting to Chairman Joe and Honorable Abolo and the rest of the communication supporters. Yes. Olenoko, you don't my complain if you were your motto be last weekend complaining. I'm in your station in Leno to get Aleno or why I could pay a can make a motor intensive to Rumbo Star. A woman for MC Poko, Neke Timne, Egula immediately. Nicola Fiwa at the same time, Elawe, Te Okwakaje, Nungaku store, Kenya, Side Junction, Buko, your bad thing, Cow Jatamano Yanutumo. Ubano, your 30 minutes of trafficking, a war, Machine Senate Assembly, Buya Jeme, Machine say, a greedy, grab away woman, Kone Jeme face smooth, Kone, workers, any Yanutumo, Menta Fiwa, Yashibami.
Thank you very much, Ni Inungwa, as well for calling. And Ni is raising concerns about young men on motorbikes at Nungwa. He says that the MC and all other security agencies must take notice of that because they seem to be chasing persons when they get off from their buses, and that's a security concern at Nungwa. And so the MC for the area should have his attention drawn. But let's get on to the other phone line right now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. From all night better.
Yes, sir. Good morning. I trust that you're well. You sound a bit dull.
By the grace of God, I'm fine.
Fantastic.
We are still alive, so we give thanks to the Almighty.
That's all we can do. Let's hear from you quickly.
This is Bright calling from Abusukai.
Right. Thank you for calling.
Mamifa Kunya is Tsunami Honorable Alaji Alkondo, in charge of operation at the castle, and Honorable Peter T. Honorable Courage Makafino Nepeko, or TDC. And they call air coin the Makati now Udiba, ABC Maram Junction. Next, say a coin, the real coin is well to know. A vessel, a road minister, another more. So much now on multi-years are quite on the answer on the corner because a quantity so side the Makati at the bar Bessie Buzia Honum. The quantity to Omajan or drivers from a fast or mobile. It's necessary So more I said omuti koshe ye kwan no road minister ombo de aso bi timi akọ na watimi akọ ye kwan no e de amagana for any drivers for all. Now we share chairman Johnson Asedukitia. Even say we go 2024 election. Ono nkasa no ekoye campaign. E no promising conformity say so move ni omutu abama no win a oba beda omuasi. Enti so ko na okoda omuasi a omo ka se op president edi. Enti time o campaign no that's that time no op president edi ana. Enti omo ka sa na nipa no so mba abonti so op president bi edi. Enti omo je no nda Ghana for it. Because the real Ghana for to abama NDC 2024 no. E se okoda omuasi. Na de se fatano. Enti ni yen for mo.
Thank you very much as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawena. How are you doing? I'm Lincoln.
Lincoln, I trust that you're well.
Yes, I'm doing well.
Fantastic.
This morning.
Let's hear from you as well.
I'm grateful to hear your voice this morning. Good morning to Eastern Regional Minister Honorable Akosua Awate, the Galamsey fighter, and then Joe Ashama, Sierra College President for NDC, and other executives. I'll touch on roads across the country, and let me go to my constituency in Shayo Sudoku. You know, I always say this, that most of the quarry sites are located in our constituency. Meanwhile, our roads are very, very bad. I'm happy when I heard President Mahama talk about the boot push. You know, some of the long stretch roads are put under the big push, and we are happy. You go to Akusia, Strare, and beyond, the road is very, very, very bad. And it starts across the country. You know, 3 to 4 months to election, the previous administration brought these machines and deceived Ghanaians, drip and all that. Look, that project has been there for so many years. Successive government have been buying machines for district assemblies across the country. But the MPP is found of deceiving Ghanaians. Something that exists, they will just put a name to look as if it's a new thing. What are we seeing today? Look at what they did to our road. They just create some of them are creating dust, some muddy roads and all that. So I will urge Ghanaians that, look, the president is working, the road minister is working, and we believe that getting to next year going, we'll be seeing some changes in our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lincoln, as well, for calling. Let me get on to the other phone lines right now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Johnny is not with us at the present moment. He will return in the shortest of time. But your name and where you're calling us from, sir?
I'm Frank Naru, speaking from Domi.
Frank, let's hear from you quickly.
Domi Mayor.
You are the Domi Mayor, eh?
Yeah. Papacho, we the Mamentia Samajo, as Samai communication officer, Greater Accra communication member. And I in this college in Texas, here chairman, back up, I been in the chi. Now, in 24 chairman Joe, Bissino, almost financial baby, almost chairman Joe, and Shebaby, no papaya, break college. But 8 years in opposition, a cat chairman Joe, a boy, a hono, Unia, Yammy sent to me. Unia, and let me just have the Boman Penny John Mahama, and in the road, and the Samijan feet, me bomb a muscle. And the same. And some of our go road me a station master, I will domi to some. When I'm here, chairman, I'm a dano. I'm a running side union. Minia, 2 years ago, ABC, last 3 months, Minia, I make it a cast, there 150 cars, total. Cars in cash off, Emani car, 1 3 cars. Papa Mahama, 2 months in your 2 years canon. A mark contractor now, Omoya Minia. And then Monday, me budget and pay 40. That's my ticket in 167 cars from 13 to 67. What is the bedroom when I'm obey 80 cars? Yeah, Papa Mahama, I'm a car, domain in some road. I feel the airplane, yet that one that's all. You want to and no be a little bit complaining, say, one way so that. Then I could find about me and my contact 2 years. Once in the common show, yeah, Papa Mahama, at the 8 months for Bammy. I be checking in and I could find about me. A poor woman, and I do 11 o'clock contract a yajuma. How much 2? Na contract an yajuma. Inia, me sabato so mfa so ye ji wasazi so the papa Mahama ye no me hu bi mfa ni sam ate papa in the say the empire bo tai na chi ye say Nyankopon so mana dwen nyansa no mana wodi no fa mu man no na se ne ekoyi se kone sa minia MPP on better opposition be 32 years.
Thank you very much, Frank. Let's get on to the other phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling us from, boss?
My name is Ajana One, calling from...
Ajana One.
Yes,
let's hear from you quickly.
Since you hold the mantle because of malaria, I couldn't able to enter your line.
Yeah, but God being good, you're better today, right?
I'm on your program.
Great.
Thank you very much with the wonderful job you are doing for Mother Ghana. Let me say good morning to Mohammed Madin Jibril, Deputy Director of Elections in charge of operations, and Chairman Joe, always Chairman. Mr. Mawina, I am disappointed in some of the NDC members talking about our Chairman General. In the words or in the proverb, say, they didn't money kokoma, omunyaya kobofoma. So, if the person have told the people that when we come to power, whatever I have won to campaign for our beloved party, I will come there and say thank you to you. So, but the Mahama was aside, General was aside, and I learned she's my own Eastern region. So that is poor, and people have been. He's the presidential material, but we are not there yet. So we should stop that. The man he always be on his point. So if he said, I will come to the ground because we don't have election as our party be so good, we have managed our own affairs. Things going well. Let's pray to God that we should maintain our momentum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ajana One. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Finally, a female. Your name and where you're calling us from?
This is Juliet from Kaswa.
Juliet.
Yeah.
Juliet, let's hear from you, and I hope you're well.
I'm very great.
Fantastic.
What has become scarce in Kaswa? I think we are not growing as a nation. Water should be a basic need for every citizen in the country. And again, thieves have become rampant in Kaswa Township. Thieves broke into my house last week and they took some items away. Finally, travelers find it very difficult traveling along the Kaswa to Winneba stretch. So the contractors, they should speed up with the ongoing construction work. Good morning to the entire Sunrise team.
Thank you very much, Juliet, for calling us as well. You can do same 055-691-0154, 055-691-0154 or 055-924-2717, 055-924-2717. And Juliet raising concerns about water challenges at Kaswa, thieves on a rampant rise as well. Now let me go back onto the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Afu Egbeta.
Talk with LK phone.
This is Ajim Victor calling from Keta constituency in the Volta region.
Ajim Victor, let's hear from you quickly.
Thank you. I hope John is fine.
Yes, he's doing well.
Fantastic journalist. Mr. Egbeta, that's fine. I would like to say very good to our Council of State. From the Volta region, this is SLC Dr. Tanko. And our lawyer, Honorable Eldichitamaklo, is doing a massive work at NPA there. My brother, I would like to know when was your last time you heard of Kenoforiata? I am a citizen and I am much more concerned to know what about Kenoforiata is. Do you know why? Because the money is alleged to have been stolen can develop or can take water to Kaswa. The money he was alleged to have been stolen can develop a lot of our villages in Ghana. So what is going on? The OSP, AG, Attorney General, what is going on? We have the airtime count, arresting cars, so they can't trace common for the attack and bring him down here, or the process is on him. What is going on? African country can't get close to the Kenoforiata in the US or whatever is hiding until you come and account for us. The massive corruption is engaged in the NPP apparatus. We need those money to develop this country, my brother. What is going on, OSP? The mind game that is in his house. Some of us, we are hungry. We are hungry and angry. So, can the foreigner should come and account for us? The billion or whatever he has stolen is enough to develop this country. Have a good morning, forward better.
Thank you very much, Victor. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Where is this? Claude, calling from Zenu Pumkatamanso.
Claude, let's hear from you, and I hope that you're well.
Yeah. Now, me Brown's on here.
Yes, Johnny is fine. He's doing well.
And I don't pay. I remember me MC about so honorable TK Morton. Honorable TK Morton, one of the MC are born homeward in power. And then when is there be of breaking grounds? I may see health insurance for office via a tramodin one or born homeward in papa. The bumpire saying, I'm a man who didn't answer or the year. Now, remember, Mincha Honorable Rukupukun, so baby will be a chairman, Joe College chairman, the Chia, that was in so. Minia, sir, Oman Pinyabana, what is something to Naba?
Not quite sure just as yet.
Okay. Me bumpire says, I'm a man who buy no family do fears from joining paying for Mokoing in a and maybe a criminal man penny beer when you are Quenya we or you know could you concern cocan no young for one sem at times you who come down so no that by Yamia to say Yami on my penny papa dear my or ton mine or mamma who's all call ya US for this year or Musi or Mumfa Magana for this year or my release it's our opportunity in the when you hear Okabontiano ton mine said the Baya, a mamma and Baba Eddie invested for woman. But Ukona could do young president to who concern Kokikanyama and Sam Fata, and when I am penu. And when I am penu. And I don't pay make a data car minister say a panacho light, data car you soon. And it's Dawson. Until light, your panachawa, or Momodia say light, or Bessie light in Amain.
Thank you very much, Claude, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Morning, who to say?
Your name and where you're calling.
Impact your friend,
what? Frank?
No more,
amen.
How to sorry much in that class. And then to Ghana on some pa, then she out. When she on what for you now. Hello?
Amen, me too.
You have a panswa, you have a president, Mamma, or two quite. Or by a good one, Mercy, as you dream. I could dig my song. I'm a home for sure. When you never do feel, I'm so home for sure, I do feel. I pay a book you okay. And I can afford a boom of the say, or batch a guy, you know. One Galamsey, I mean, one the other with you. They said, member, I will see a forest in any instance. And to also get Bemba, I'll say Bemba phenomenon. All the yesterday this year. Would be until November for. You know, you should be better than any more, and I want my moon said, Mano. Yes, you for say. Somebody had one of my papa. One more create my bonnet, the addition of bonnet, the other bomb. And let me say, suggest from so I care about and I care about here. There's not for sale. What been it beyond? I was all here how about Papa no. I been there, before I bet you on for no more for you. And you go to the one important. And you make sure don't demand Mama. One you can't for. You can't come on. No, Manasi.
Thank you very much for calling as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, let's hear your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm Tony, calling from Kumasi.
Tony from Kumasi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Tony, let's hear from you. It's been the first time I'm hearing someone call from Kumasi.
Now, I want this morning, I would have loved for the journalist to approach our former president and ask him about how he felt about the speech of the current president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Because the last time when he was there, he was snitching on our neighbors, which was very bad. So when I heard the current when I heard John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency the president speaking on the podium, I was secret booming, serious, because the last So I was like, hey, so if our former president hear this, how is he going to feel? You see, these are some of the things our African leaders must wake up and then stood on their grounds and then demand for accountability for whatever Africa deserves. This is the right time for them to start doing it. If indeed, apart from Ruto who spoke like that, and then the other ones who didn't, and then if we have people like maybe 6 of our leaders, like the way our president speaks on the distance on the program, if you have 6 of them demanding such a accountability from them, I think Africa will have a better things to add into our development.
Right.
So the president, I say kudos to the president, and then he has to end there for the, as he is bold enough to talk at the UN, I want him to be that bold enough to deal with the Galamsey madness, because it's very, 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 very bad. Mr. President, wherever you are, we know God is with you, and then we are counting on you on the Galamsey issue, because some people are saying, because you cannot say you are not, because you are not getting job, so you are doing Galamsey for us to be suffering from because of what you get, and then we'll be here and then bearing the consequences of whatever you are doing to get money. So Marina, thank you very much, and then to all your crew, and may God be with you all.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much as well. We're getting ready for sports. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Marina.
Yes, sir. For a moment, I thought you were not with us. But give us your name. And
I'm with you in spirit, in flesh, and in body.
Fantastic.
Good morning, Marina Exeter. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. Trust that you will.
Marina Sardine, not Exeter. I meant it. Marina, I've been seeing some posts on TikTok that Oman, if I say Oman, that's excellency. Mahama, that after 4 years he's going, and then we should stop saying whatever. Look, let me tell Omar, you are not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere. Look, if it takes the blood and the spirit and the soul of the youth of this country for you to stay again, you are going to be here to God.
But the president says he's doing just 4 years after which he's done. He even said it at the UN General Assembly, and so there is no debate in any way or form as to whether or not he's going.
Marina, listen to me. I'm speaking to you as a fan of the soil. Marina, let me tell you, if your father says, "Oh, my children, I'm tired, I can't go to the farm anymore," and the children are all on their knees and that, "Daddy, please, this time around, you go last time for us." You think you wouldn't go? Omar, you can't say you don't go. We will go from here to heaven and back, and God will touch your heart. And Ghana would give you another 10. Look, Marina, can't you feel the peace in this country for once? I always say that if His Excellency John Dramani Mahama fails to make Ghana good again, or fails to put Ghana on that level, look, Marina, we are doomed. Believe me and you, we are doomed. The only savior we have now is John Dramani Mahama. And if he fails, that's it for us. Thank you, Marina. Have a nice day.
Right, thank you as well for calling. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're to Ketu South.
Okay, the name?
In Water region.
Yeah.
Oga 1.
Elder 1.
Yeah, Oga 1.
Oga 1. Let's hear you quickly.
From the new town to Volta now.
Okay.
Due to some illness. So from a town called Task Corner, to be precise. Mariana.
Togui.
Majima sent a message around NBC about Ketu South. They have taken us for granted for so long. Since 1992, they have a strategy they are using.
which is 2 terms for every MP. This time around, if they don't work, they should forget about it. Even if we will not vote for MP, we will better rather don't have an MP rather. So they should get this into their heads, because they are taking us for granted for too long. Mariana, if you like, you can come to Ketu South. Just come and talk Ketu South. See the World Bank. See it for yourself. Mariana, then you know what we are talking about. What is it? And for those who are complaining about Galamsey water, when we were complaining then, me, I don't speak for any political party, but when we were complaining then as Ghanaians, what did they say? Now the effect is here. We will also fight. They told us, they warned us. I remember Johnny said that some time ago, some years back, that if care is not taken, we will be importing drinking water. If I'm lying, go back to your records. It is there. So what are they saying? Mariana, it's high time. It's high time we, the youth of this country, we stand for our rights. This coward life we are living is too much. Let's stand for our rights. If not so, we will not get what we want. We are not asking any politician to build paradise for us. We just want basic things. Water, good road, good hospital, jobs, which I can feed my family with. Do you think if I get work and I have a work that I'm doing, that I get paid well and I take good care of my family, I'll have problem with anybody? Will any political party come to me and ask me to take bribe and vote or go and fight for them? And I'll go. I won't do that because I'm not a fool. So they should be careful. If they think we are the way some of them said we have coconut head, no problem. When we rise up and we want to show them that we have brains in our head, they cannot contain us.
Elder One, thank you very much for calling, and you'll be our final caller for the morning. Elder One speaking from the Ketu South constituency. Bailey Shen is here with the very latest from the world of sports. We'll do that for you, then we'll return here on Sunrise here on 3FM 92.7.